She is very difficult to officiate because of all of the contact that's happening around her all of the time. That being said, I was in contact with a number of WNBA coaches yesterday about this topic of the officiating in the WNBA.
What Rebecca Lobo just said about Caitlin Clark and the WNBA referees is absolutely eye-opening, and the league's top brass can't afford to ignore it any longer. We've just witnessed an incredible showcase of the Caitlin Clark effect during the Fever vs. Sun game, but the poor officiating on display didn't just impact that one contest, it could damage the WNBA as a whole. Rebecca Lobo, a WNBA legend, has now officially sounded the alarm. This goes beyond a simple critique. She revealed what people are whispering behind closed doors about the league's officiating crisis. The WNBA may not like what she said, but every word needed to be heard, because if we've learned anything lately, it's that the WNBA still doesn't know how to protect or support its golden goose, Caitlin Clark. Let's break down exactly
That's the nerve, the second-year player clearing out that side of the floor, shooting on Stewie, and then watch the reaction with one another. Stewie's laughing.
As I write this, Caitlin Clark's return was just a few games ago, and what a return it was. She dropped 25 points in the first half, including 3 logo range bombs in just 38 seconds.
And Cunningham is down behind the play, but they've got Caitlin Clark. Two players with incredible up. Clark, another long three. She's back.
That game was more than a performance, it was a statement. The WNBA doesn't just benefit from Caitlin Clark, it depends on her. Those 5 games she missed? They weren't just a blip. They exposed a problem. Viewership tanked, social engagement dropped, national interest.
But here we go with Caitlin Clark, singularly, being missing for the time she was gone, and ratings tanking, 50% in some cases. And then also she comes back and reminds everyone how spectacular she is, and everybody's talking about the WNBA. So if you needed to sort of have it affirmed to you that it is just her, that the singularity of her is what we are talking about, and her star power, you got it with this absence and then the way she came back.
After weeks of declining ratings and rising pressure, Caitlin Clark's return didn't just revive the Fever, it lifted the entire WNBA. The Fever vs. Liberty game peaked at 2.8 million viewers, one of the most watched WNBA broadcasts ever. For comparison, the NHL Stanley Cup Finals averaged 2.5 million viewers. And while basketball and hockey aren't a perfect comparison, Caitlin Clark just outdrew a century-old men's championship series. That's huge. While the WNBA leadership seems to be missing the significance, Rebecca Lobo definitely isn't. The Olympic gold medalist, Hall of Famer, and ESPN analyst gave a powerful explanation.
Rebecca, tell me, what does Clark's return mean for the WNBA?
Well, I mean, it means a lot more people are paying attention once again. We know how much Caitlin drives ratings. We know how much Caitlin drives attention on the WNBA. And for her to come back and do it in that way was just ridiculous.
Notice what Rebecca Lobo said, people are watching again. It's a simple phrase, but it says everything. If people are watching again, it means they had stopped. And we all know exactly when that happened, when Caitlin Clark was out.
I'm sitting there at the end of the first quarter when she had that 38-second stretch where she drained deep 3 after deep 3 after deep 3. I was just sitting there thinking, I've been around this league since 1997. I have never seen that in a WNBA game. Have we seen players go on runs? Of course we have, but not like that. Not where a couple of the three-pointers are from 30-plus feet. It was an exhibition by her.
This isn't just about big shots, this is about spectacle. These weren't your standard long 2s or even deep 3s. These were logo range bombs from a different zip code. Very few players can hit those consistently and with such ease. That's why fans tune in.
It was just ridiculous. It's not often that you're watching the WNBA or that I'm watching it and I'm like, wow, I've just never seen this before.